Welcome back to more Satisfactory. We have oil. Well, technically, we found oil. Let's call it we found oil. And moving on to the next one. So, let's start this episode while we work on something that is maybe not the most difficult sort of brain gymnastics we need to do at any point in this series. Then, yeah.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
There we go. Hey, Captain Brown, thank you very much for the 2 months. 2 months. Has it only been 2 months for you? It seems like longer. And good evening, Vitoli. And let's see. This is not adding up, right? No. I should have brought all the stuff along because I cannot make stuff I need. Let's see. Well, I can make this part, so let's... No. It's gonna be here. I'll find it. Scan again. Got that one. We got one over there, and we got that one. Those are all known. So let's go here. That one. No, so today... Is there a way to donate without PayPal? Not really. Well, yes, bits on Twitch is an option because they have much different options. There are a lot of payment options depending on where in the world you are. And Patreon as well, but that's not necessarily a donation, that's more of a patronage. Oh, that's the second one. Here. Anyway, I was trying to say something. Yep. Right. Today, I talked to... It's still those two. Damn it. I talked to the guy who took over my job. So basically, just for context, I hired him and gave him his search management position. I trained him and... I got fired, and he not only got my job, but he also got a promotion on top of that. So he is naturally a bit sort of cautious about how are things. I mean, are we okay? And yeah, it's not his fault. I'm just happy that he got. But anyway, we talked today. Yoink! Oh, we're gonna have to watch the explosion here. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, lovely purple. So, so we talked, and I was like, "Oh yeah, how are we doing?" And he was, of course, also sort of about, am I doing okay? I am, by the way. But then I was like, "Yeah, so how are things? How's everything with the team and all that?" Where the hell's the last one? Can't find the last oil location. There should be 4 around here, right? But I can't find the last one. Is it maybe south? Alright, so he started talking about sort of the stuff and like, oh yeah, this guy, and then I really just showed him, and now he knows that I know that this is not how it's gonna be, and now this guy, but they are always nervous, and that's why I just told them that that's how it's... I'm like, oh my god, I just don't give a shit. And basically it just confirmed to me that when I asked how is work, then the reply was, I'm stressed out, I'm working all the time, the only thing I get to do is pick fights with, or is get into fights with other parts of the organization. There was nothing about, oh, it's really cool that I've done this with the team and we're now doing these awesome technologies or solutions, or it's just... It was exactly what I had sort of in my mind. Like, when I wanted to paint a negative picture of corporate life, it was exactly that. Having a boss that says, you get a promotion, You don't get a raise. I expect you to work at least 60 hours a week. Whenever I need you, you're there. And, oh yeah, by the way, your budget is restricted, your deadlines are pushed forward, and fuck you. And everyone's trying to run your department for you. Good luck, my friend. Seriously, right? And I was sort of, you know, at times you sort of go back and you're like, oh, am I missing it? And you think about the great things, and then you hear stuff like that, and you're like, oh yeah, that's true. That's how it is. It's right there. That one I don't have, I think. Yeah. So the one right in front of me. That island. There. Good stuff. I'll go there. Exactly, TJ Mines. That's why you're freelancing. That makes perfect sense. And it's also like, I think the trick, if there is such a thing, is to not have a vested interest in, you could say, not being dependent on it. If you're a mercenary, a freelancer, you can like, all right, I'll be here, I'll play your games, and I'll know that if you put me to work doing something that is insanely stupid, you're still gonna pay me by the hour to sit through this, and I can always just comfort myself with the amount of money you pay me to do trivial work or sit in useless meetings, and then I suppose that softens it. But if it really is your career and your pride that you are going to be a successful manager or successful corporate drone, then you're in trouble. Thank you, Nilaus. You just made me feel really good about not having to work temporarily. You're welcome. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Screw thermodynamics. What? This will be the master belt on this one. Because I can't take it on this one because this is overlapping here. So we're gonna have to take this out. But Vitoli, even when you're working, you're still a freelancer, a mercenary, a hired gun, a prostitute, whatever we want to call it. I'm only trained, and all this corporate talk everywhere makes me feel depressed already. You also remember the context. I'm 40. I was really excited about it, and I've had some really good jobs, and I also really enjoyed my job at times. But at some point you become jaded. You don't need to become jaded at the age of 20, but when you've been through the same thing for so long and you see the same mistakes being done over and over again. Why is it flashing purple? Then you become jaded, and at that point maybe it's true to start looking for some other options. And I don't think it's unfair to say that about you, TJ Mines. TJ Mines is not 20 either. I did okay the first 15 years of my working life. There we go, TJ Mines. You actually, I didn't even see it. You exactly confirmed what I said. Exactly. So there is a lot to learn from getting into a good corporate position, and you will learn a lot. And you can also just look out for like old companies. I would avoid old companies, right? Like traditional companies. Where is what my 13-year-old told me when bitching about school and stupid teachers? I have to do 4 more years of school, then get an education, and then work 50 more years. What for? I hate school now. Why should I go for that 55 more years? He's running into her room and banging the door. Oh, the joy of having teenagers. Oh dear. My daughter, who's 9, is starting to... It's not at all teenage-ish. Well, it's teenage-ish, but she's starting to be just like... Whenever you say something, and then she'll be like correcting it if it's not strictly correct. But like, you said a couple is 2, this is 3, so you're lying. I was like, oh my god, you little bitch, you will take that behavior and get the hell out of here. That is not how we behave. And especially when she does it out towards my 6-year-old, who is prone to exaggerate at times. And then she's just calling me out. And it doesn't happen too much, but holy shit, that's a bad attitude that needs to go really, really quick. And if that's the teenage mentality, which I feel it is, she's gonna be at her mom's when she's teenager. She is the sweetest kid, make no mistake, but she started doing these like crossed arms, like, well, you said it was at 8 o'clock and this is now 8:15, so like, shut up. Yeah, and I can Patrick, you're just showing just where is that, like, and especially I think teenage girls must be really difficult to manage, and especially when, as I'm divorced and have to do it all, because I'm sure that she will definitely play the at mom's I'm allowed to and at dad's I'm allowed to, and we have to coordinate. It's like, oh, she says that you say it's okay to do this, and I don't think that's okay. No, I never said that. Ah, typical, right? I just know she's... What? Why too long? Nope, not that one. Well, that's not interesting at all. Why would I want this one? I'm gonna take that out. The all-knowing 13-year-old? Nope, my daughter is not an all-knowing. She is the sweetest kid, but she has, and I talked to her mom as well, she has started to have these kind of tendencies where it's like, oh, you started to realize that parents don't always know everything, which is true. And now I think it's her job to show when she knows more than the parent, which really is not the case. So it's the first little bit teeny tiny hint that trouble in paradise. But that's like the 1%. I was just... all my classmates are allowed to... Yeah. and you just know that it's not true. All my classmates are smoking weed and getting drunk, and it's okay. Like, no, it's not okay, and that is just not true. Or the good example is always when you grow up in suburbia. It's like, oh, but this guy is allowed to, and you can't tell them that. Yes, that's because his parents don't give a shit, so they don't have any bedtime and they have no restrictions, and that's why, and that's not a good sign. You can't say that. You can just say, well, it's different. You won't be allowed to do that. I remember my best example of something from my own childhood, and I have told it before, but I mean, there might be another new people here, was when I was 12-ish, there was this older guy who lived alone, and Oh, well, that's not gonna test anything. Go to do that one. And he always his house was always open to boys. Boys could come in, and he had. Remember, this is like around 90, so long time ago. He had hundreds of Betamax movies, and he had a Commodore 64, and maybe it was actually a bit earlier than that. And he had a piano, and he had games, and it was like so amazing to be this place. And I was there once where I'm not allowed, and I remember my parents, and they were like, "You're not allowed to go to Hall." And I, why not? Everyone else is like, yeah, you're just not allowed. And why not? They even get to sleep there. Yes, you're definitely not allowed to go to this lonely old guy who only wants to hang out with preteen boys. You're definitely not allowed to do that. and I just couldn't understand it, because everyone else was allowed. And yeah. And even remember my mom said, "You will understand when you're older." Right? I don't. You need to explain it now. Nope, you'll understand when you're older. And I even remember coming back to her later on and saying, "I understand now. Now I understand." He killed himself and just had a will that donated everything he owned to the one guy who, yeah, it was just all sorts of weird and bad, and yeah, that's one of those things where you just, as a parent, you can't necessarily explain it to kids. You can't explain it. You just have to say, "I make the rules. As long as you live here, that's just it." Yeah, so there are those cases where, yeah, can't always explain why, but there is probably a good reason. I wish it was easier to have an empty inventory like this. Good. Alright, so we're gonna do this one and that one, and it's actually gonna be stacked 3 high. That's crazy, isn't it? I don't have a single one. Yes, St. Cabbage, yeah. No, they do 3 hides so I can walk, because I'm gonna do 1, 2. These are the 4 oil I need to come back, and then these 2 are for transports. 3 high is the same as the power cable. It probably is. You're right. It probably is. Alright, now we get to the episode where it's counting with Nilaus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. I don't feel confident. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is why I built the storage boxes so big, so we could actually start doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 16 foundations between max distance power pole. 4 between. Yeah, I know that, but now they're not synchronized, so I could of course say, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is also the amazing thing when we rated John Bain one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and he was all, I think it was actually the same location he was building his oil pathway out there. And it was just, all part of it was just so crisp. I mean, this one was like, yeah, okay, the power poles do not align with this thing, and yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is kind of the... I always feel that I end up in this middle thing where it's not spaghetti, it's structured, but it doesn't quite look good. Because this one's not going to look good either. It's just going to be me running around on some belts, and it's not going to be handsome in any way. And I don't know if... then I'd have to redo the whole thing with like, okay, where would I do it, and like tunnels through, and maybe like making towers with windows where they can pass through, and then different layers, and you know, tons of things. But I mean, it would also take 3 times as long, so I'm kind of finding this middle ground, hoping that it's working. It'll be this, it'll look good, but it'll not be the most beautiful factory you have seen. I should be able to figure this out. Yes, there we go. How long will the stream be? That's also answered if on the events page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I say at midnight, then that's not necessarily gonna help anyone. Less than 2 hours more, but more than 1 hour. What time is it? Yeah, 1.5 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay, now we're actually running out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you need to CST. Yes, midnight CST. What's the plan today? Oil. We found the oil. We built our path there. Now we're preparing the logistics to bring it back. We're not going to make the tower yet at all. That's kind of obvious at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. No more concrete. Okay. And now we can just run here. So this is exactly why. Oh, and by the way, I will do the transport belt first because that will cut down a lot on this. Now let me think of something. It would be really handy if I could skip belts tier 3. Because building all of this with tier 3 and then building all of it again with tier 4, that seems a bit excessive, doesn't it? Gotta give you a follow, dude. Yes, bro. I was just watching your Factorio videos earlier today, seeing if that game was right for me after playing Satisfactory. Oh, so you're oh. Can we build a temporary vehicle? It's gonna fall down the... It's gonna fall down anyway, so... Yeah, 75 to get to Mark 4. 75. So if we just pontificate on the 75 a bit. bit much. The problem is that when I do all of this tier 3 and then I replace it with tier 4, all of the tier 3 products will just be thrown away because they're totally dead. To automate computers and HMF heavy metal frames before MK4, not worth it in the end. Now that's also kind of the challenge of this build here. Ooh. This will be our plastic tower, I think. And now we run back. Carbon ananas, nope. It does not have anything like blueprints or construction bots, unfortunately, yet. And what actually worries me a bit is the fact that they have not mentioned anything about it. So it doesn't seem like it's on their radar. Oh, look at this. Let's see how much we got here. Yeah, we keep saying yet, but in actual fact, we don't know if it's ever going to be on the agenda. Look at this one. How beautiful. That's really not much. Hey, player 8472. Thank you very much for the... what is this? 885? I wonder what that might be in... I'm just gonna go... I'm gonna cheat and go over here and see what... what's that? Oh. 793 euro. 500 bits sent another way. I guess you get more this way. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, if this is 500 bits, then absolutely. Wow, that's like 60% overhead for buying 500 bits. Yeah, and that's also why I keep... That's why I keep this donation overlay sort of active. Oops, and that's not it. I want to go over here. It's because I don't want to... I mean, the bits is being highlighted by itself. The fact that it's on there. You can see the glorious St. Cabbage with his 25,000. And Heineminator as well. And Gareth are also there with the big numbers. So, yeah. That's... This should be faster. To be honest, Coverstein does not look like a company who shares plans if they have not figured out what they will do. Yeah, but that means that just means the fact that they have a blueprint, they haven't mentioned anything about automated building, means that it is not on their roadmap. Not blueprint, roadmap. And that to me is also an information. That means they have currently not any plans for the next year to add that kind of thing. We can encourage them to change their mind. But I don't think so. I think they look at the game more like Minecraft. It's supposed to be difficult or grueling. Let's get the MAM here. That's the purple slug.
The crystals on this slug can be harvested and converted into 5 power shards that function with current FICSIT technology. Several buildings would be capable of performing over 100% capacity if infused. The derived blueprint is now accessible in Hub Tier 3.
That one. That one. Oh, not enough. Is that this one? Yep. Did you guys see the hand? That's new. That hand is not... I think I've seen it once before. Crazy. Alright, let's see. And that takes 7 minutes for it to come back, the pod. Crazy. Caterium Electronics, alternate computer. Nah, I don't have that quartz. This one. 75 computers. If I have 75 computers, I am damn well making it. But I don't think so. Oh, I can actually research it. And since I have found it, I'm going to. Wow, look at that. Those... I'm going to handcraft those anyway. Is that okay? Is that okay? Captain Brown, we need a Nilaus Park. Well, isn't that always this shock? Because we're gonna need, let's see, we're gonna need this. That's not modular frames. Let's clear that list. We are going to need 3 more of these. There. And these cabled, heavy modular. 15 of those. Hey Gregor, good morning. If morning on your end. Yeah, I think it's very important that we get tier 4. How much is it? But then we can skip tier 3 and that sucks. I need to get 80 in total. Mortars are fine. And we're gonna get modular frames. Not really sure I like this. Million billion screws. Captain Brown, yes, I have tons of motors. Motors, I think I even have a full box full, if you see. Almost a full box. So that's not a problem. And screws. Yeah, I kind of forgot the screws. I think they might be down here still, if I recall correctly. Nope, not this one. This one. See? Australia, yeah, it is good morning on your end. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it's morning on your end. Screw up the screws? No, I didn't. I just deprecated the screws. That's what I did. Steel. How much steel? Hold on. Do I have an alternate one of these? Do I have alternate module frame? Is there anyone for me to see if I have an alternate modular frame? This is a really weird way I have to do it. I have to find something that uses a heavy modular frame. What uses that one? No. There. And there is an alternate recipe 1, which does not require screws, which requires modules. Got it. The encased, got it. Steel beams, got it. Concrete, we got it. Right? I mean, shouldn't we just build that one then instead? All of these products are things we have already, so it is literally just bringing them together, and then we have our facility. That might be something we should do instead. Oh, but totally, these belts, yeah. That's so we can see what's in each of the boxes. Otherwise, there would be no way of remembering what things are where. So we can still do a bit of this. I need to make it so you can see the alt rather than have to build a constructor. Yeah, Well, my thought at this point is actually this tower that is half built, that actually has a bit of concrete in the corner, would be pretty much a perfect location-ish. Actually, a perfect location. I'm gonna get some modules. They come from that one. No, modular frames come from that one. I'm gonna get some concrete that comes from wherever. I'm gonna get some steel and some that. So that would actually not be a bad idea. It'll just be one belt out here. You see this belt is the output belt. I would just branch it here and go that way. Actually branch it here and go that way. From here I have these two. I'm actually already bringing steel in here, so I just branch it again and go over. And the other one is the encased industrial beams, which I can just drag in on a side belt next to it. Right? Or I could lead them... Oh, that's even better. I could branch them from here, which would mean that those three go straight in. Oh, that would be really nice. I like that. Off to the books. Alright, Stenosko, you got an exam coming up or something other exciting? I think that's a better approach to what we're doing here. Let's do it. And that means we build some things. Power shard. Yeah. So unfortunately this means we are going to do a distraction from our distraction. It's not the first time, certainly not the last time either. That one goes in here. No. That's a lot of sulfur. If I could only find some coal. Well, I do have a bit of coal, so I can craft that. It's here, right? This is where we get the black powder. Yep, 43. Nice. Exams are in 3 weeks. Study 10% of the thing. Well, the sooner you fall behind, the more time you have to catch up. So this is a good sign. You've already fallen behind, so now there's plenty of time to catch up. Imagine falling behind at the last second, then you barely would have any time to catch up. So you should count yourself lucky. Ooh, I need something else. I need... here. Hard drive? We don't have a lot of things left. That's one. 10 minutes more. So the Nobelisk requires some steel and some... How many can we make? We can make 9. That's good. Let's make 9 beacons. And get some steel pipes. DD1223M. Hi Nilaus. I've watched all your YouTube since Welcome to Factorio, but I never get to watch streams. So hi and thanks and keep up the work. Thank you very much. But you already have a subscription, so this can't be the first time you're here. You must have checked in before. And thank you for supporting me through a subscription. Thank you. And I do very much love when people come in and say pretty much those exact words. That one. We now have 10 obelisks. That's a good number to blow things up, but not really to anything. Oh, what about this one? What do we need? Mycelia, yes. And some of these. That's also mycelia. And what is that? Bacon. How much bacon? 1 bacon. So for each 1 bacon and for whatever mycelia I have. Oh, I ran out of mycelia. That sucks. Oops. Oh, that's kind of sucks. Whatever. This one disenchant. These don't care. Don't care. These 42, these 8. We'll put these back for now. This one, how many did we need? We need 15. Oh, that one. And that one goes out. That one goes out. Now, time to restock or expansion. Got enough. Oil pump. We need a lot of cables and some motors. We got some motors. Why can I not just put it in? Off you go. Motors. There they are. Concrete, we'll get to that. That's 4 cables. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hold on. Am I even... Now I'm thinking of 2 different things at once. Because on the one hand, I want to go out and build this. But that's actually what we just retired. We just retired that and said, that's not going to happen right now. So the oil is put a bit on hold in favor of completing another tower. You go up, that one. That looks okay. And that one. And I guess we have all of it now.
A kind gesture.
Yay! Oops, that's a bad jump. Oh, make sure we jump before we go over here. What did I miss? What happened? A kind gesture. I don't see it on my log here. Why is it not updated? Oh, right. Let's do it. Oh. New patron, thank you very much. I suspect it is, let's see. And that one goes here. There. What are we, the assembler needs heavy frames, yes. But I'm not... What assembler? 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 No, that needs frames. The manufacturer, yes. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Damn it. But it also needs computers and we don't have those. Boo-hoo. I'm running too slow. Right, let's go. Okay, I'm not going to do these yet. I will simply figure out what I'm going to do with this first. Oh, what I'm going to do is definitely make sure this gets paved. And this gets paved. Absolutely. And I think that's gonna be... Nope. That is not going to work. We look at this over here. It's gonna go a bit closer, but not a hell of a lot closer. Like, this is as close as it can get. Why am I doing this? It's just kind of... Now it's a straight path, so... Let's get this one sorted. In the eternal quest to gradually pave the world. There we go. Gradually paving the world. So now this one is actually turning out to be rather practical, because this one is going to be needed for this tower. Did you guys not see how much foresight I had when I built this? So much foresight. It's unbelievable. 134. There we go. That'll now be 60 and everyone's happy. It does, however, have other problems, but let's not get into too many of those. Alright, so out here, it's going to be in that corner, which is kind of occupied by that. And there is no way to make this take less space in any way, shape or form, so we'll just have to accept it or move it. Accept it or move it. How much would it have to be moved? 2 tiles? 1, 2? Are we moving it again? Are we removing it again? If I moved it 2 tiles, then it would get in on this one, which is obviously not good, because I kind of need that. So then I could move it 1 tile, which is not good either, because I need this for transport. Now it's gonna have to stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will then be the height. I think this is 1 lower. Yes, it is. That's okay. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Okay, so now you guys will help me out, because that's kind of your job, helping me out in a difficult situation. So just the bottom floor. What does that mean? FSISE, raise the bottom floor. It's gonna have to be raised quite a lot for it to make sense. But I actually want it to be close to the ground here, so now we are close to the ground, and that means this one has to be moved just a bit. That's fine. No problems with that. However, time for you to help me. So, a girl who is not ghosting me yet on Tinder just started oh no. No. Anyway, so just send a message and she sent back, and then she asked, yeah, so that sounds like a good idea. So what do you like to do? What are we gonna answer to that? What do I like to do? That is a tough question. And remember, we're not talking about some teenager where you can just throw some... Oh, most of my time is spent either playing computer or recording games or streaming live. Like, never has a man been unmatched so quickly. Yeah. Like, saving puppies and doing CrossFit? I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Volunteering to help the homeless and teaching the less fortunate kids and running marathons in between. And vegan food and feminist boot camps. I don't know. What am I supposed to... Playing games and talking to a camera? We're just gonna take a peek. Yep, that's it. Okay, just want to make sure that we don't make... Yeah. Online male entertainer. Borodima, you win. You win. Yeah. I'm basically a titty streamer, except I don't really have the titties, so I'm working on that. Nope. Let's see. Are we having other good? The truth is always best. Oh my god, you are so... You must be young and naive. Because there is no way that truth is always best. It's online dating. Whoever talks the truth there? This is like being in a job interview. No one ever says the truth. Like, oh, so what are your achievements? No, not much. I'm just basically hanging out. That's why I don't. I'm just trying to bail my current job before they find out that I don't really add anything. So that's why I want to come over here for a higher salary and a better position. And I expect to be here about 2 years before you figure out that I really don't add anything and I'm just just a pain in the ass. And then I'll be jumping on ship to another. No one really does the truth, right? So try again. Truth never works. It's only in Disney movies that's the answer. I'm a titty streamer, but I don't have them, so I need you to support me. Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. Well, I told my current girlfriend back then about the truth that I play games all day and jerk off to cartoons back then, and here I am, and here you are. Is that here you are all alone? Oh, that's a classic, this one. Here you are all alone, or here you are happily married? Because that's kind of important detail. Did I mess the other ones up? No, I didn't. I did mess that one up somehow. Oh, no, those are just not deconstructed properly. Why not date a female streamer? Well, good luck finding one. And it's also sort of percentage-wise, it's not that easy. That's not gonna make. Might. They have pretty long reach. No. All right, try again, and less stupidity this time. Got it. Okay, let's see. Good ideas. Oh, Captain Brown, thank you for, well, that arc, not thank you, but congratulations, that's awesome. 1 year anniversary. You found a good one then. She puts up with your, yeah, and to be honest, now I was dating someone and for a longer time, and it was kind of getting a bit like every day and kind of boring, and then the part where I knew that I had to end it was basically when she came over, and the first thing she'd said was, oh, so have you shaved and showered? And oh, look at my shoes, you really need some new shoes, and do get a haircut. Like, all right, well, that's all the information I need. Alright, Richu, good night. Speaking of haircuts, I know, but it's Saint Cabbage fault's all of it. He is supposed to tell me when I need a haircut, and he hasn't been on point with that job. So there I am now being called out for by a girl I'm dating because my personal stylist is not on point. How about that title? That is both a job with a lot of responsibility and a lot of potential, but also a job that clearly hasn't been taken so well care of lately. Ah, the share mortgage credit. I see he's fashionably done that. Did you ask Tinder for a new mom? No, I did not. That would be creepy and wrong. Why would I want that? And now this is actually getting a bit wonky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I guess this ramshackle shack of uselessness is what we're working on now. I want to get a bit more. There we go, uselessness. There. And I will take a 3-minute break. Be sure to throw me some good some good suggestions. Love it. Definitely gonna need it. And especially if we can have some good reply, then I can just tell her and stick straight. This is, and I said, this is when I asked my community. This is what they said I should say. That would be even better. Anyway, I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. There's still more good stuff to come, I hope.